Hey, it's Scott, Professor of New Home Sales. Today I'm here with Chad Wilhelm.
Hello.
He's our project manager out here in Village of the Walnut Grove, one of the builders in Midlothian that helps build homes. I wanted to ask Chad, tell me about your Bloomfield career. When did you start? How long have you been here?
I've been with Bloomfield for 15 years now in multiple locations from Mansfield, Burleson, Alvarado. And for the last 5 years, I've been here in Midlothian.
So tell me, Chad, being a project manager for Bloomfield Homes, tell me a little bit about what you do and what your day consists of.
Personally, for me, I love being a builder. Just a lot of it is just the flexibility that each day is different and unique. It's not the same old, as they say. Been doing this, like I said, for 15 years here and another 10 years at another builder. But I just enjoy the process to be able to work with homeowners and to take basically raw dirt and turn it into a finished product for a home that I know that they're going to use and enjoy over time.
Help people build their dream home, right?
Exactly. And that's what we're all about here.
I've been with Bloomfield for 12 years now. One thing that you'll learn about Bloomfield is that we have seasoned professionals here. Chad's been here 15 years, loves working for Bloomfield. I've been here 12 years. I love working for Bloomfield. If you're looking for a builder that has seasoned professionals that can help you build your new dream, help you build your dream of owning a Bloomfield home, come on out and see us. Previously, we've talked about personality types, and I know, Chad, I've had you take the Bulls, Owls, Lamb, Tiger. Tell us, which personality type are you?
Well, Professor, I'm glad you're asking. I definitely have taken that test and personally found out that I was more of a bull, which is a go-getter, getting the job done, taking care of the small details as things come back through.
So you're very driven then in getting the house built in a timely fashion?
Oh, definitely. Most definitely. And a lot of that comes with just my personal background from doing this a long time, a military background, and of course,
just everything you've learned
to it. Yes.
For doing it for so many years. If you're ever looking for a builder, you always want to get a bull as a builder. You want somebody that's going to drive the job, make sure that all the trades are upheld to the highest standard. So we're here today to talk because in Midlothian, as in any city, we go through inspections, and there's a number of inspections that the city requires. So Chad, tell us a little bit about the inspections in Midlothian.
Okay. The city of Midlothian has 6 inspections that we have to go through. The first one, and some of these are multiple inspections at once. We start out with the plumbing rough inspection, where they check the plumbing to make sure it's filled up and is retaining water with no leaks.
In the slab.
In the slab, before we pour in the slab. We also do a T-pole inspection to get temporary power on site. And then they also do verify our foam board survey that the house is set properly on the lot as required. After that, then we are required to do a foundation inspection where the city will come out and verify our foundation is made up and set properly. Once we pass that, we actually move on to the frame inspection. The framing actually carries the structure of the house, but it also includes the mechanicals. So that's your electrical, plumbing, HVAC, gas if it's required in that community as well. They're also looking at your brick ties and looking at the exterior of the structure as well and the site. The next inspection after that is usually our utilities inspection. And that's where they'll either release our permanent electric and gas if it's a gas community. And then the last city inspection is the final inspection, and that's the big one. And that's where they're going to come back out and check the complete structure, all of your final electrical, plumbing, HVACs. They're also checking for your energy, your sprinklers. That's pretty much their final walkthrough on the house. But Bloomfield also has other inspections we have through third-party inspectors. We do have a foundation where our engineer does come out since they designed it, and they're going to do a thorough inspection on that. And then we do have energy inspections that we work before we insulate the house. They come out and do a pre-bat inspection. So we want to make sure that that house is sealed airtight. And we also want to make sure that the HVAC system is going to function as properly, that there's no leaks in the system. Once the house is insulated, we come out and do an insulation inspection to make sure that's installed properly before we move on to the sheetrock stage. Our energy third-party inspection also does what they call a 310 report, where they'll come out and actually test the HVAC system to make sure it's working properly within all aspects. And then they will come and do a final inspection on the house where they'll actually test the final systems, room door to door, blower door where we actually test to make sure that the house is retaining the air, that there's no leaks, and they'll do also a visual installation inspection up in the attic.
And so after all the inspections are done, what does the city do? They issue a
Yes,
CO?
once the process is complete, here in the city of Midlothian, they will issue the final building inspection to allow us to move in. Our city does not actually give you a certificate of occupancy like
But
some cities do,
the building
but
final,
it's the same process.
building final certificate of occupancy. It just means that your home has been inspected and approved by not only the city, but also the third-party engineers that we hire ourselves. So we want to talk a little bit about today, the day in the life of a project manager. What do you do? I mean, what is your job? What happens every day in your life?
Well, Professor, I'm glad you asked. For me, what I love about my job, first off, is each day is a little bit different because as you go to job sites' homes, we want to check them out. Normal, typical day starts around 7:30. We're going to walk each one of our individual houses that are under construction, get them open for our coming trades that day, and plus making sure they're open and ready for any inspections we may have through our third party or through the city.
Okay.
So typically I'll start my day walking all my houses, making notes, doing QC walks.
Mm-hmm.
For every trade that worked the day before, we come back through and QC them, make any kind of punch list just to make sure they did it right, short materials so we can get those items corrected. Usually after I've got all my houses walked, usually go back to my office, and that's usually when I'll begin the scheduling process, turning in any of those punch lists, scheduling things for the next week out on most of my homes.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically just arranging and making sure when I walked it, if there's something scheduled for that day, making notes to make sure when I go back after lunch to rewalk all my houses again, if a trade or a vendor hadn't shown up, I can reach out to them to make sure they're still coming for that day. And then I'll continue the QC walks as well.
Do you ever run into any problems?
People
not doing their job?
That is very common. And that's one of my major jobs and functions is to QC, to make sure that they show up and make sure they do the job right. And if they don't, we can send them back to make sure we get that corrected in a timely manner.
Now, you didn't mention lunch. Do you ever fit lunch in the day?
Oh, yes. Usually between,
don't
miss many meals.
I could say that,
but
you forgot to mention lunch.
Usually we'll take a lunch once I'm done with most of my paperwork before we go out to walk the houses in the afternoon. And of course, we're going to get calls from homeowners. We're going to get calls from vendors that have questions or concerns or something that needs to be housed. So obviously we have to stay flexible to move around Midlothian to get to any of the homes.
So if you get a call from a customer, you return the call, you actually talk to the customer?
Oh, of course. All the times, phone, through text, emails. Obviously we want to keep our customers up to date what's going on with their house and want to address any kind of concerns that they might have. Or once they close, if they have any kind of concerns as well, we want to be able to address them in a timely manner.
So if you're looking for a builder who will give you customer satisfaction and access to your project manager, come on down to Bloomfield Homes. We have a project manager looking to build a house for you. I'm going to ask our collaborators a very specific questions.
Okay.
Chad, if your home could talk, what would it say?
That is a great question. If my home could talk, assume you're referring to the houses that we build within the neighborhood.
Absolutely, yeah. Every home you build. If you're at the end, what would a house say?
That honestly, I've really never thought about that question, Professor. Well, hopefully it would have great things to say about how it saw me every day, how we took good care of it, how we did a quality job, and it would be happy to welcome its new homeowners.
Well, and so maybe the house might say something like, come on in and you'll love your new home. You love building it. You love that you're helping customers build a dream. No?
Well, definitely. That's, that's just every day for me. So as we go through it, but
are you living the dream?
Oh, I am definitely living the dream.
All right. And at Bloomfield, one of the things is our company likes to give back, right? And so one of the things that our company did was let Chad take a couple days off, and he went on a mission trip. Tell us about your mission trip and what you did to help others.
Okay. Thank you for asking. I usually don't like to, brag about myself or anything like that. But yes, I was lucky enough to get some time off from the company in January to go on a mission trip to Sierra Leone. It was a great opportunity to go and give back. I was part of a medical mission trip sent by our church. to be able to go out and actually help people out in some remote villages to see doctors that they normally wouldn't get to see. We were out on site in the villages for about 4 to 5 days. We ended up seeing 1,853
Wow.
villagers.
So 1,800. Wow.
And that was through to seeing doctors. They were also had labs. We could do testing. We had a dental clinic on site and a pharmacy to be able to give them medicines to be able to help them out. So it's just really rewarding to be able to go there and actually get back.
Now, you weren't part of any of the medical.
Oh, no.
You're not like a doctor.
I'm not a doctor or anything like that.
But you were kind of like the security guy, right?
A little bit of that, and just a lot of logistics about what I do here at Bloomfield, just to be able to help organize, to be able to set up, coordinate. And actually out there, setting up tents and, filtering water. There's a lot of little things that we had to do out there, just like the little things we do here to make sure that you get a great home.
Well, thanks for giving back. And at Bloomfield, our company culture is that we give back to the community. That's just something different about Bloomfield. And we hope you take that to heart when you're searching for your new home.